We have with us Dr. Vikram Singh Chhatwal, the chairman and whole-time director at the Medi Assist group, joining in on the show right now. Mr. Chhatwal, good to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out. First things first, for better understanding of our viewers, help us understand the rationale behind this acquisition. What are the key factors behind this decision that came about?
Good morning, and thank you for having me on your show. I think this acquisition is a strong statement for the health insurance industry in India, the insurance for all by 2047 agenda by the government of India, and of course, most importantly, I think for the TPA industry is an opportunity to bring together many more partners and players into this TPA ecosystem. I think the coming together of Paramount Health, TPA, and Medi Assist really is about policyholder experience. We work with our insurer partners to deliver that policyholder experience. And I think this coming together that brings capabilities of both partners in terms of technology, in terms of service delivery, in terms of the quality of networks or hospitals that we have, all of these factors really stand as a plus as we look into tomorrow and the growing penetration of health insurance in India.
Okay, fair enough. Morning, and you're still awaiting the IRDAI approval, though, for the acquisition. So, in your view, any sort of timeline that you have in mind, and more importantly, when do you expect to merge the business? What does it bring to the table for you?
Well, I think the IRDA application process is ongoing. We expect it to take between 1 and 2 quarters to complete. And once that is done, will the formal closing and thereon the merger of the two businesses happen? Like I said just a short while ago, I think the coming together of these two organizations really is all about enhancing the policyholder experience and making sure that our insurer partners are equally as efficient in delivering services that relate to healthcare in India.
Absolutely. I want to understand, Mr. Chhatwal, about the financials as well, because your EBITDA margins are one amongst the best across the sector, above 20%. But from what we understand, Paramount reported an EBITDA to the tune of around 9% or so. So help us understand what's going to be the financial implication. What sort of margin levels would you settle in at for the merged entity?
I'd like to take you back. This is our 5th acquisition in the TPA space. While Medi Assist has consistently been a high EBITDA margin performance company, I think Paramount has all the right ingredients to be able to, in this transition, post, of course, the regulatory approval, to move into a very similar margin profile to that of Medi Assist.
Okay, and let's also get in a perspective as to what the overall share is likely to be with this acquisition. Any target market share that you have in mind, and how do you plan to achieve that?
Well, I think from a market share perspective, Medi Assist standalone and the combined is still a very small part of the health insurance market. This probably would accrete Medi Assist's market share by about 4%. Which would take our market share in the TPA market in partnership with insurers to about 23% of the total health insurance market. So there's a long, long way to go. I think this is an accretive transaction from a perspective of our ability to deliver greater policyholder experience. And like I said, the market share of the combined would be circa 23% of the total health insurance market.
That's exactly what I want to talk a little bit more about, Mr. Chhatwal, because, you've gone on record and said that you aspire to become 2x of the next 3 players in terms of premiums that you currently have in the hierarchy. Tell me, what is Medi Assist going to look like 5 years from now? You've successfully managed this spring of acquisitions. You've integrated your profit margins to your past levels. Will you be more inclined towards organic, inorganic growth? What is Medi Assist going to look like 2 to 3 to 5 years from now?
But I think the good part of the story is that the health insurance industry is growing rapidly. Penetration is growing. We see CAGRs of north of 23 or 24% in terms of insurance penetration. So that's really a very, very strong tailwind to what's happening to the TPA industry. We expect to match to similar numbers. From a growth perspective, I think looking ahead, while I hope that many more TPA players continue to come into the ecosystem, and I'm very confident that will continue to happen. For us, I think the road ahead is predominantly, if not all, organic.
Appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining in and giving us a view on this acquisition, the timeline, market share, and lots more.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.